Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the graduates processional.
Please stay standing for the presentation of the colors in our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. You may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Muslima Sheikh, and I am the salutatorian for the Union High School class of 2015. It is my pleasure to welcome you to this afternoon commencement exercises. We are honored that several Board of Education members and cabinet members have chosen to attend our graduation ceremony. I would like to introduce the following board members and cabinet members who have joined me on stage. Reverend John Matthias, Board Secretary. Mrs. Maureen Quinn Slade, Board Vice President. Dr. Anthony D. Baker, Board President. Mrs. Teresa Weather O'Neill, Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Ronald Gorman, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning High Schools and Alternative Education, as well as our principal, Mr. Carl Nelson. Valedictorian Khadija Mohammed. And representing our teachers, Mrs. Susan Clark. In addition, I would like to acknowledge several of our cabinet members who are seated in the audience. Please rise. Thank you. We would also like to welcome all parents, grandparents, friends, family, and our union staff members to this special occasion. Seniors, you have come a long way since freshman year. This is the day to be both excited and anxious, happy and sad. But as we enter this next phase in our life, let us reflect on this quote by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Greatness is not where we stand, but in what direction we're moving. We must sail sometimes against the wind and sometimes with it. But sail we must and not drift, nor lie at anchor. To the class of 2015, I wish you continued success. It is now my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Teresa Weather O'Neill, Superintendent of Schools.
Good afternoon. I would like to just take this time to welcome everyone to this wonderful occasion. I'd also like to thank the staff members, the administrators, and all of the board members and the parents and support for following these kids on this journey. But I do want to take just a small amount of time to just notice the U on your gowns. You guys, you look wonderful from here. You look wonderful. It's a small touch, but I'm telling you, it shows how much people care about you. To the class of 2015, I am honored to serve you as your superintendent. I wish you well when you leave here, and enjoy the journey. Thank you.
At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Ronald Gorman, Executive Director of Teaching and Learning for High Schools and Alternative Education. Immediately following Mr. Gorman will be Mr. Carl Nelson, Principal of Union High School.
I love the U as well. It's the first thing I noticed. Nice touch. Parents, family members, friends, teachers, and administration, thank you for the support you have provided over the last 4 years. You've done so much to make Union High School a wonderful learning environment. This work could not have been done without you. Seniors, thank you so much for working incredibly hard to prepare yourselves for the future. You've given back to your community, completed rigorous curricula, prepared for challenging ACT examinations, completed all of your assignments on time. There was a pause there for a reason. And participated in many extracurricular activities. As a result, you have made Union High School and GRPS better, and I thank you. Your hard work has gotten you into Johnson & Wales University, Wayne State University, Michigan State University, Calvin College, Western, trade schools, and the military. And along the way, you've earned almost $1 million in scholarships for Union High School to help finance your education. Congratulations. At this time, I would like to introduce the leader of Union High School, the leader of the U. That's what you call it, correct? I've seen that, the U, right? Mr. Nelson has a bachelor's degree in business education and mathematics from Ferris State University, a master's degree in educational leadership from Michigan State University, pursuing a doctoral degree at Michigan State University. He has over 21 years in education. He was a teacher and a football coach at Creston High School, an athletic director and assistant principal at Creston High School, principal at Creston High School, and now he is finishing his 3rd year at Union High School. Ladies and gentlemen, a nice, phenomenal welcome for your leader and my friend, Mr. Carl Nelson.
Wow. I didn't know I was in this that long. Welcome to Sunshine Community Church for the 2015 Union High School Commencement Exercises. My name is Carl Nelson, principal of Union High School. Before we begin, I want to recognize two wonderful individuals who helped out tremendously with our senior class. One is Nicole Chilton. Where are you, Nikki? She's out there somewhere behind the scene. There she is. And Karen Heising. Karen, where are you? Thank you for everything you do with our seniors. I also want to thank one of our counselors who did just a marvelous job in her first year in the high school, Miss Susie Jacoby. Susie, thanks for all your work. But most of all, I want to recognize and thank the adults that work in the classrooms on a daily basis with our young people. I can't do it without them. They are a wonderful group of people to work with, the Union High School teaching staff. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. I would also like to thank the families, community for their support of our high school and these young people. Moms and dads, aunts and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, we see the impact that you make on these young people on a daily basis, and we thank you. Please give yourselves a warm round of applause for everything that you do. And lastly, I want to recognize the class of 2015, you down there. Class of 2015, good luck to you and thank you. Good luck in all you do in your endeavors in reaching your dreams. Thank you for your dedication and hard work, for your character and talents, for your personality and accomplishments. It is my hope that in some way we have made an impact on each other, and you will leave Union High School with a foundation to future and lifelong experiences. We have so many things to be thankful for, and I appreciate the short experience that we had. I wish you the best and continued success in the next phase of this wonderful life. Thank you.
Representing the union staff at Union High School, we have Mrs. Susan Clark.
Good afternoon, graduates, families, and friends of Union High School. It is such an honor to speak to you on this auspicious day, as it represents one of the most important milestones in your education and indeed in your lives. Graduates, I hope you will allow me to speak to you on behalf of your teachers and staff at Union High School about why we taught you, and what we hoped you have learned. And of course, I'll take my veteran English teacher's perspective. Current research suggests that reading books gives readers more than an opportunity to tune out and submerge themselves in fantasy worlds or to build a vocabulary. Books provide an opportunity for a social connection far more profound than Facebook or Snapchat. Reading gives us the opportunity to become a part of something bigger than ourselves for a precious, fleeting moment. And how does reading do that? Reading makes it possible to experience what it might be like to live in another person's world. So, in 9th grade, you read the Odyssey and discovered, like Odysseus, that the journey is just as exciting and life-altering as the destination. The Odyssey isn't just a story about loyalty and self-control, though. It's also a story about perseverance. And you, like Odysseus, are starting your own perilous journey, one full of obstacles. It's called your 20s. Show perseverance, never give up. If you get a lower grade than you expected on your first college exam, face that challenge like Odysseus faced the Cyclops. Study twice as much for the next exam. If you don't get the job you were so hoping for, apply for 10 more. The people who get on in this world are the people who, when they're down, look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, they create them. When you were in 10th grade, you explored the dark side of the human condition. You were horrified by the darkness of the Holocaust and marveled that Elie Wiesel, the author of Night, survived the death camps. And yet Wiesel said, "I still believe in man in spite of man." I don't need to tell you that there are evils in this world, and I don't need to tell you that hard times are part of life. But you can choose how you will react to those hard times. You can choose how you will react to the indifference of others, or how you will react to the harm others will perpetrate on the vulnerable people in our world. Do you remember in To Kill a Mockingbird when Bob Ewell spit on Atticus Finch's face? Most of us were angry and wanted Atticus to at least take a swing at him. We didn't expect him to wipe the spit off and walk away. And thus, Atticus rises even more in our estimation. You too can choose to raise your own dignity by refusing to lower yourself to someone else's indignity. Like Atticus Finch and Elie Wiesel, each one of us has the capacity to respond to the evil in the world with our own drop of goodness. And together, our drops can become an ocean. And when you were in 11th grade, you read The Crucible, a play that's effective at portraying a state of hysteria and the way it can rob people of their good sense. Our world today seems to be full of events that are crazy out of control, from ISIS to global warming to our crumbling streets to Ebola and who knows what else. Most of you read articles of the week on these topics and more. In each one, you were asked to consider the evidence and reach a logical conclusion. Just as in The Crucible, we can get swept up in the hysteria when bad things happen. We human beings tend to lose our heads when we're afraid of something. So when you confront a difficult situation, whether it's personal or global, just remember, consider the evidence, keep a cool head, and use your good sense. And finally, this year, just in 12th grade, you read Macbeth, Shakespeare's timeless drama about the dangers of vaulting ambition. Remember him? The guy who murdered his king, his best friend, a woman and her children, all for the power and glory that accompanies wearing a crown. And how can you forget Victor Frankenstein, a man whose ambition for scientific glory caused not just his own death, but most of his family's as well. We may think we don't have much in common with Macbeth or Frankenstein. My own ambitions pale in comparison. But how often do we trample on the rights of others just to get what we want? How often do we forget what our families, friends, and community have done for us? Having lofty goals is admirable, so set your goals high. But remember that it is the people in your life who keep your feet on the ground. The small things we do each day to make someone else's life easier or more valid will make us heroes. Some of the characters, like Odysseus and Atticus Finch, were larger-than-life heroes with extraordinary achievements. They were also fictional. Other characters, like Elie Wiesel and the Mirabal sisters from In the Time of the Butterflies, were simply trying to do the right thing during very difficult times. I believe we can learn the most from these ordinary heroes. We can be heroes within our own small spheres, to our own families and to our own communities. Every person is confronted with questions of how to relate to others and how to lead a better life. Through reading, it's possible to experience what it might be like to live in another person's world. Reading good books, as all of you have, has already made you a better person. Reading in and out of school is rehearsal for life. It equips you with valuable skills: perseverance, using evidence to draw conclusions, responding to life's insults with benevolence. These are among the things we wanted you to learn in our classes. So as you cross the stage today, remember that you are walking into a future in which you will use the skills and attitudes you cultivated in school every day. Go forward from this day and be the hero in your own great classic story. Find your way to make the world a better place. And every once in a while, reach back to us at Union High School and let us know how you're doing and what you're reading. Thank you.
I am pleased to introduce our class valedictorian, Khadija Mohammed.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, friends, family, faculty members, and graduates of 2015. It is an honor to speak to you all on this fine occasion. In all honesty, I have been contemplating over the past few days on a term commonly referred to as life. Has anyone here ever thought for a single moment life is a test? Over the past years at Union, in addition to elsewhere, I've noticed time fly by at an extremely elevated level. In all honesty, I still remember the first day of senior year, and I know it's a cliche, but it does feel as if it were just yesterday I strolled into Ms. Jacoby's office on the first day seeking a schedule change given it was needed. I want everyone here to think for a moment. What have you done thus far that is meaningful to you, but most of all, your future? In life, there are many situations that demand a response. Sure, there will be individuals who enjoy stirring conflicts along the way, but what truly matters is how you react to the situation and thereof respond. Graduates, we will all be going our separate ways, but it never hurts to give a friend a call. Who knows? Maybe that guy who never spoke in class may have contacts that may lead you your dream job.
Slow down, you're fine. Slow down, you're good.
Okay. Everyone withholds differing potentials. Even though I am standing in front, I am not the best. Being number one in the class does not mean I withhold higher intelligence or am the best in character. What one may deem highly important, another may despise and reject given their goals and beliefs. There are graduates here who may go on to become future physicians, lawyers, autopilots, engineers, dietitians, and so forth. As Joss Whedon says, identity is something that you are constantly earning. It is a process that you must be active in. Converting the negative energy into positive relies on oneself. There is a quote, "I don't know the key to success, but I know the key to failure is trying to please everyone." As graduates, we face many decisions in the near and distant future. Now, I'm not going to give anyone any advice, given I am not all-knowing. However, I urge everyone to use common sense along life's path. Desires have been put on earth for a reason, but do you think every desire is meant to be fulfilled? Let alone this, do you believe it is right to belittle others given their stance on life? I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone in my life and in the lives of my fellow classmates. Teachers, thank you for your hard work and dedication. Friends, thank you for understanding why I seem to never have time for you and feel distant in your presence. As for the principal and assistant principals, thank you for everything. You all do so much, yet others see right through it. Security guards, I've never really had anything to do with you, but thank you as well. I'm sure everyone appreciates what you all do for the safety of the schools.
Hold on. Take it in. You're doing great.
Lunch ladies, let's just say I understand why some of you display your fierce nature openly. Counselors, thank you for being so patient with students. Now, I know I'm missing other faculty members, but thank you all as well. And finally, I'd like to give a special thanks to my family. Mom, Dad, Grandma, you've witnessed me doubt myself plenty of times, yet you encouraged me to keep moving forth. You've raised me to be the person I am today, and I can't thank you enough for a job well done. Speaking thus, I am sure every other parent here has done a great job in raising his or her children as well. Before concluding the speech, I'd like to share a story with everyone. It's termed The Giving Tree. There was once a tree that offered everything she possessed to a selfish lad. As the lad grew older, he strayed away from the loving tree. He had other tasks on his agenda needing fulfillment. Whatever the need may be, the bountiful tree sought ways to fulfill the lad's needs. Now, some of you may be wondering where the story is going. Well, as mere human beings, the tree had been used and therefore neglected. Graduates, high school is over. This does not necessarily mean we should toss our education in the recycle bin. Like the lad soon realized, we should not take anything or anyone for granted. Live your life as if it were your last day. With education and all else comes obligation. Choosing to further your education or interests relies on you. Embark on new adventures and hope for success, though it may not be attained, given not everything is as it seems. Add on to your experiences and show the universe what is possible when resentments, like the giving tree displays, are dismissed. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2015. Last but not least,
Thank you, Khadijah. That was fantastic. Now I'd like to invite our graduates to the stage for the presentation of diplomas. Announcing the names of our graduates this afternoon, is Miss Rosalind Charles Maher. The senior class and the Union High School community request your cooperation in refraining from loud, disruptive noises during the presentation. We want every graduate to have his or her special moment and would appreciate if you would limit your applause. Thank you.
Khadijah Youssef Mohammed. Muslima Mohammed Sheikh. Fernando Juan Canales. Stephanie Guadalupe Garcia. Brianna Lillian Rena Kina Bland. Lataviana Latrell Shamir Brown. Erica Jo Shard. Tuyashime Mutsabatsi. Lady Josefina Guzman Rodriguez. Diana Karina Ramirez. Brian Almaraz. Henry Giovanni Elon Mendoza. Salvador Aldama Granados. Daniela Victoria Alvarado Escobar. Mario Awater. Malik Rashad Banks. Ramiro Angel Barajas. Mary Elizabeth Michelle Blomeling. Christadia Star Bond. Ashley Marie Borres Diaz. Serena Elizabeth Brown. Maceo Carrie Brown. Brandon Campbell. Rylan Perdue. Malachi Edward Perez. Stephen David Kane. Jonathan Andrew Carrillo Hernandez. Sofía Cervantes. Diego Joaquín Cervantes Rodríguez. Octavio Cervantes Juárez. Edward Chacon. Philip Andrew Chamberlain. Jimmy Lamaine Chapman. Adriana Tajanique Collins. Derek Wade Correa. Kylar Wade Crutcher. Nijana Shantice Dana. Curtis Floyd Davison Jr. Joanna Alejandra de los Santos Gonzalez. Alexis Nicole Dean. Elisiana Marie Dean. Abigail Jimenez Diaz. José Manuel Díaz Maldonado. Jesse David Domingo Jr. Taylor Marie Dorn. Alma Fabiola Duran Martinez. Isaiah Keith Dion Edwards. Jacqueline Idalis Escobar. Zureima Esquivel. Jonathan Esquivel. Danae Suzanne Eubanks. Devin William Furlan. Brianka Fields. Jocelyn Gabriela Flores Reyes. Connor John Folksma. Brianna Gallarzo. Liseth Gallarzo Chaides. Giovanni Francisco Garcia Cortez. Fernanda Saraí Garcia Landa. Jenny Catalina Gaspar Nicholas. Melissa G. Luz Angélica Guerrero. Nicholas Juan Guillén. Pedro Gutierrez Valenzuela. Tiana Lee Marie Harris. Jermichael Desmond Hurd. Freddie Martín Herrera Herrera. Johnny May Hibbs. José Ananías Junil Pérez. Kenya Christine Hunt. Alejandro Hurtado Govea. Eric Irancunda. Durante Malik Jasper. Edward Jacob Knight. Douglas Lawrence Libby. Jayante Kamar Marquise Long. Tristan Daniel Millars. Ghislaine Malyamungu. Mariamawit Teshai Mamo. Ricardo Martinez. Marisha K. Sue McFarland. Jason Philip McIntyre. Rosa Miguel. Anderson Riquelmer Milian Rivas. Gilda María Monegro. Jocelyn Amaidari Monterroso Barrios. Alyssa Rose Nicholson. Alicia May Neiswanger. Alejandra Paola Núñez Pérez. José Luis Oseguera García. Angela Ozuna Ortiz. Sandra Luz Pablo. Valentine Peña Jr. Cedric Allen Penman Jr. Derek Terrell Peoples Jr. Cruz Ángel Pérez. Edith Alejandra Plasencia Serrano. Keeson Jagger Purcell. Neri Cruz Ramirez. Marisol Ramirez. Susan Alexa Ramirez. Adrián Sybil Ramos Estrada. Robin Antoinette Rhymes. What's your name? Cesar Nivera Morales. Anthony Robinson. Guadalupe Rodriguez. Jada Nashay Roseberg. Guadalupe Saavedra Gonzalez. Luis Sanchez. Valeria Alejandra Sánchez García. Chris Santana. Miguel Sepúlveda. José Enrique Santoyo. Claude Shakuru. I love you. Yeah. Stephen Matthew Smith. Noemi Soriano. Christopher James Spoontz. Zoe Camille Stayhauer. Angel Monique Nicole Sterling Johnson. DeQuavian Treante Stuckey. Cameron Sworn. Martha Talavera. Alex Temaj Orozco. Jalpo Ta. Hi. Rob Tolliver. Luis Alejandro Torres. Elizabeth Tovar. Juan Carlos Uribe Méndez. Claudette Uera. Celestino Velázquez Mendoza. Damian Allen Walker. Raekwon Alize Watkins. Samaria Lillian Aisha Waters. May Ye. Courtney Lynn Zeik. Olivia Mariah Whitfield. Jennifer Bedoya Jimenez. Paul Estudio Landel. Travion Jackson Streets. Noé Nicolas Rosario. Alta Garcia Ariel Rodriguez. Edgar Antonio Quesada. Jeffrey Bernard Lee Jr. Amy Alejandra Vega. Last one. Samantha Lucia Valencia.
Will Khadijah and Muslima please come to the podium? With all your stuff, yep, your stuff. That's great. Today I present to you 177 candidates for graduation. As principal of Union High School, I certify that all candidates who will be receiving diplomas have met or exceeded all of the requirements as set forth by the Grand Rapids Public Schools Board of Education and the state of Michigan. President Baker, would you please join me at the podium?
All right, are y'all ready? Are you going to change the world? All right. On behalf of the Board of Education, faculty, and staff of the Grand Rapids Public Schools, it is my honor to accept the graduating class of 2015 for Union High School. And with the power vested in the board by the state of Michigan, hereby confer diplomas on each of you. Congratulations. All right.
We're almost there. Will the members of the class of 2015 please rise? Graduates, please join me in moving your tassels from the right to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please remain seated until all the graduates have exited the auditorium. It is now my honor to present to you the graduates of Union High School class of 2015.